Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
A couple of the more volatile Bothrops need to have their cage cleaned a little bit, their tub. So we have the safety can available for just such a purpose. Come on. The Bothrops jararaca, as you can see, it's very squirrely and needs to go in the can and with the lid on just to make sure, because having it come out and wreak havoc is just not an option. This is the more mundane things that have to be done. Maybe some fresh water. Rather than filter out all the little pooplets, it's just a much easier thing to do. Just replace the whole batch of substrate. How exciting is this? This takes up the majority of the time in the lair. Giving them some semblance of clean cages, although I do not clean and remove animals on a very regular basis. They feel much more at home when their cage smells like home and not some brand new forested spots. Here's the... they're getting long, these little squirrely things. I have to put these guys in some bigger quarters. Here you go. Don't be too wacky. Oh, you're already being wacky. You're long. You're a good 2 feet plus. This is the boy. That's what the tail looks like. Hi. Would you be kind enough to go back inside and stay there? Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the female. Hello. How are you doing, huh? Once again, in the bucket, but as we can see, I don't want to go in the bucket. Come on. Well, you probably couldn't see all that, but it was exciting nonetheless. Yes, several seconds of excitement and then a whole bunch of boredom cleaning out the tub. Unless there's something really nasty that they've left behind in the tub, I don't bother to wash or clean the tub. Depends on the situation. You know, that came out fairly clean looking with just a little bit of substrate. And this sort of allows some of their presence to remain in the tub, so when you put them back, they settle right back down and don't get all butt hurt, and they don't go off feed. Well, just a little bit of wood substrate in the bin. I'm going to place this back. It may require the U-plex, so I'm going to bring that close by because the female was much more ballistic than the male. Hello. As you can see, yes, you know what's going on. Come on, get your snoot down there. Yeah. There you go. That's why we have the U-plex available, because it further reduces the amount of space that the critter can get back up out of, because, you know, they understand the bin situation and know how to escape when they really want to. Well, I know you're expecting food, but that's not what you're getting. You're not going to be happy about what you're getting probably, but your cage is filthy and really needs a cleaning, and that's exactly what... Hey, well, don't bite the hook. You hurt your mouth, dummy. No. There's no food, dude. Too nice. That's it. You're already a big boy, huh? You know, although you do snot up your windows here, you don't get out much, huh? You gonna be an asshole now? Come on. He doesn't come out very often, so he's probably not going to be happy about coming out. Oh, you're a big boy. Look at you. You're real heavy. You're real heavy, I know. I see. Okay, we go up. Come on. Don't be difficult. There you go. All right. Now, time to clean up the cage. This little shedding was blowing in the breeze up there. Scared the snot out of me almost. Alright, his cage is cleaned up, substrate refreshed, and fresh water and clean water dish and everything. So let's see how much of a problem he's going to be getting out of here. It's funny, he's a lot less heavier than he was in the tub than out in my, on the end of the hook and hands. Hi, you're a big boy, huh? Come on, bud. Come on, bud. There we go. Here we go. Look at you. You're a fat boy. There you go. Back in your cage. Now you can crap it up again. Go ahead. There you go. You happy now, huh? I know. food. That's just the way it goes, huh? Damn it, you cleaned my cage. There's nothing like a very pissed off snake to make the time appropriate to give them a good reason to be pissed off than right now with my friend here, the Palestine viper, or the beast from the Middle East as I call it. Remove that so we can facilitate her departure into the red tub. Come on. Oh, come on. I know you don't want to come out. Huh? Very beautiful snake, very lethal. Has quite a mix of toxins in its venom, including some neurotoxins. Thank you for that. I know I'm touching your tuchus. Quite beautiful, quite large viperid found in Israel and Jordan and some of the surrounding areas. And she's quite warm, so she's fully fired up. Don't often take them out because I don't have the specific antivenom. I only have para-specific antivenoms that I could use. Get your big tuchus in there. Okay, so she is safely harnessed for now. She will not come out of there in any better mood than she went in. But since she's so pissy, why not clean her cage, which is long overdue. I don't clean cages all that often, mostly because I really find it upsets and disturbs the snakes. And usually after I clean the cage, they poop in it anyway, so it's sort of a
pointless exercise.
Thank you.
Futility, yes. Well, and it's such a stressor on the animal.
And a stressor on me because I have to expose myself and take risks. To
rephrase that, dear. Expose yourself.
Woo! Viperkeeper exposed. Oh, that would be a frightening thing. When I was 18, probably not, but I'm no longer 18. So we'll pause here so I can take care of this and move on to Mr. Palestine Viper. Okay, the cage is all cleaned up. The furniture is back. I should probably put a water dish in there ahead of time.
First, yes. Very good idea. Oh, it looks so nice. She's going to hate it and immediately poop all over the place.
Fortunately, the water dishes are not very far away. Unfortunately, the house is really sort of geared towards venomous husbandry, and snake stuff can be found throughout the house. Okay there, big girl. This is a very good feature that my friend Dana at Midwest Tongues added. It allows you to remove the lid without having your fingers nearby. Hi! Ready to go home? Huh? This will keep you occupied with some stuff to taste. Some fresh substrate. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now, I've been thinking oh, do I put the male and female together to breed? I would like to, but what do I do with all the offspring? You know, these are not necessarily viperids, which I like to hand out on the street corner. You know, I'll you know, sell, you know, echis and, you know, other things that are relatively low danger to the general public. These guys, like I said, if you get bit, there's no specific antivenin, and there's only paraspecific antivenin, and it will be a bad situation, and no use having a big splash in the news media. What? You were out. I know, you're interested in being out some more, but she wants to come out on her own power rather than me drag her out. So we'll let her nose her way around the cage. Of course, this is part of the plan because I just cleaned the glass, so we must put our snot and other body secretions all over it so you can't see. You know, Lori and I joke, sometimes the glass is so clean that it looks like it's really not there. And we come in the room and panic like, oh my God, that we left that open, when it's really not. So sometimes it's better to have dirty glass so you at least know that it's closed. All right, well, let's move on to other things. She can get reacquainted with her home, and we can move on to perhaps doing the male next. Hey, how you doing? Viperkeeper here. I'm gonna endorse a product. I don't receive any compensation for it. I just think it's a good item for the reptile community in particular. Everybody knows it's heartbreaking to lose an animal. It's even more tragic when you lose an animal because you know, heater runs away or your air conditioning fails or something to that nature. It's not so bad if, you know, they cool down. Snakes are used to getting cooled down. Even snakes that live in tropical climates, sometimes the temperature drops into the, you know, mid-50s or 60s, depending on elevation and climate and stuff. They're okay with that. And generally, that's not a big issue. They can recover. However, you know, snakes that are comfortable, you know, in the 70s and 80s, if the temperature goes into the 90s or above, they will die very quickly. And, you know, I've had this happen to me on occasion when the air conditioning failed in the room in the middle of summer. I have a friend in Florida that lost a huge collection, including 2 Bitis parviocula that I let him keep for a while and raise up. The air conditioning failed due to a power failure, and he was unaware of it because you know, he was out doing other things and out of his house. So I've been really keen on technology here for the Lair. The lighting systems for all the cages are on internet timers that I can program and have them turn on and off at a regular basis, mimicking sort of the seasons and you know, giving them a proper day-night cycle. And now I've come across these rather inexpensive sensors, which you see here. They're called Sensor Push. They're on the internet. These are battery operated temperature and humidity sensors that transmit either by Bluetooth or by Wi-Fi, so you can control temperatures remotely. I'm sorry, you can't control temperatures remotely. However, you know what the temperatures are at any particular time. One sensor and the Wi-Fi interface costs about $150 US. Additional sensors are about $50 each. You know, I found them on Amazon, and I bought a bunch of them. One for each of the 3 snake rooms, and then 2 for my anti-venom fridge, because having the power go off or the refrigerator fail to the anti-venom fridge is rather important. Although short durations at room temperature are okay, you really want to keep them near 4 degrees Celsius or around 40 degrees or so Fahrenheit. And I use these to not only monitor the temperature, I'll show you, I can graphs them out, and there's an alarm. You can set a range of temperature and or humidity ranges that it will alert you on your phone no matter where you are. So if you're out and there's a runaway, your air conditioner fails or something like that, or if you want to outfit your cages with one, this is a great way to keep track of your temperature gradients in your cage as well as humidity. So there's an app for your phone, and you can download it for free off the internet. And here you have it. It gives you the temperature range of the fridges, the humidity. This is the downstairs vivarium. If you tap on it, you can get the temperature ranges. It gives you minimums and maximums. You can set the alarm. Those are the day-night temperature drops that we get, as well as, you know, times when the cages are lit up. Now, some cages have independent heaters for snakes that I don't want to get too cool. You know, basically, cages that have the big incandescent light, they don't normally have an additional heater. Snakes with regular fluorescent lights usually have a heat panel to generate heat, so those guys get hit, you know, at sort of a temperature gradient 24/7. But you can see that this is a very handy tool that I've employed in the snake rooms. Also, it comes with this nice hole through it, so you can hang it from places. I didn't want to hang it near the light because the light sort of generates its heat, so I put it in the upper corner over there. Remember, heat rises, so the warmest temperatures in the room are on top, and you know, if you wanted to have a couple sensors in a room just to see what it looks like, you can do that. You know, they're totally portable. I think it's a good investment for people who have fairly extensive snake collections, or even a few. You know, your animals are sort of like your kids, even venomous ones. We're responsible for their well-being, and this is just an extra to help you monitor their care. So that's all for today. I usually don't do this, but these are fairly inexpensive, and I think it's a great tool to protect your animals from, you know, runaway heat problems in your vivarium. That's all for now. I'll see you on another segment of a video.